Obviously, it's fresh still, and we're going to have exit interviews with you later this week, but do you consider this season a success?
Absolute success. I'm really, really proud of everything that we were able to accomplish this year, from developing our young guys, from our culture making a next step, from all the things that we were controlling, all the work that we put in, all the connectivity that we had, and all of that resulted with a number of wins that we had, and making it to the first round of the playoffs, and playing Game 7 over here on the road. I think this was exactly what this team needed, and I think this is going to set us for a lot of success in the future.
DJ 91.
Hello there, this is DJ 91, back with another video. This time, another sports video. And I'm going to talk about the Raptors' 2025-26 season, which had just came to an end after their first round exit to the Cavaliers. But before I go any further, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button as well. Just 2 clicks, it won't cost you a thing. This is YouTube, not OnlyFans. It's free to subscribe and watch videos on here. Now, let's get into the content. Right now, as the NBA playoffs continue, just want to say I'm absolutely proud of this year's Raptors squad. Ending the 4-year playoff drought, a 16-win improvement from last season, finishing as a 5th seed, and putting up a fight against the Cavs. A team led by 2 future Hall of Famers in James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, pushing them to 7 games. This is a team that wasn't supposed to be here. They definitely overachieved. This was a team that most of the American sports media wasn't even taken seriously before the season started. ESPN had them finishing as a 12 seed. Some of these sports content creators talking about how they were going to be a play-in team or win less than 30 games based on their bogus analytic research. I put out a video in September last year before the season started saying they would finish as a 6th seed. And I was right on the money. Lo and behold, they were a top 6 seed in the East, ending up with the 5th seed. I tried telling people last year when we made that Brandon Ingram trade. I said, we're going back to the playoffs next year. It's happening. And look what just happened. They made it back. He even said it himself last summer. We're making the playoffs for sure. They said he was washed and injury prone, yet he was able to average 22 points per game and played 77 games during the regular season. This was his 10th season in the league, and that was the most games he's played since his rookie season. They also said RJ Barrett was going to get traded during the season. They said him, Scotty, and B.I. wouldn't be a good fit, but they still made it work, and RJ proved the doubters wrong. Since then, the trade rumors have been quiet. And don't get me wrong, this season wasn't perfect the whole way. It was a lot of ups and downs. They started off 1-4, then they won 4 straight. Brandon Ingram throwing his water bottle after a loss. Then they won 9 straight. Then they're in the top 3. Then injuries happen. RJ Barrett out for a month, Jakob Poeltl goes down, out for 2 months, Scotty and B.I. become all-stars, they fall down to the middle, Magic, Hawks, and Sixers are chasing them down in the standings, they fall down to 6th, then they fall to 7th late in the season after that embarrassing home loss to Sacramento, one of the worst teams in the league. Then they crawl out of that hole, looks like they're finishing as the 6th seed. Magic and Hawks lose their last game, and miraculously, the Raptors finish as the 5th seed. And instead of facing the Knicks, who would have swept us, we faced the Cavs, which was an easier matchup for us. We were still clearly the underdogs in this series, with less experience, and our starting point guard Emmanuel quickly out for the whole series with a hamstring injury. And it wasn't looking good for us at first, losing the first 2 games. Then we go home and return the favor by protecting home court and tying up the series. Game 3 was a blowout, and Game 4 was a close one. Game 5, it looks like we had it, but Brandon Ingram goes down and we lose. Game 6 back at home, with now 2 of our starters out, we still tough it out and win in overtime, off that big game-winning 3 from RJ Barrett that bounced in, forcing a Game 7. And of course, with no Quickly and no Ingram, we ran out of gas and lose Game 7 on the road. But still, there was no pressure on us to win this series or to make a deep playoff run. I thought the most we could do against the Cavs in this series was win at least 1 or 2 games. As long as we didn't get swept, I was happy. But they were able to make this series very interesting. They made this series a dogfight, where none of the road teams won. Cavs needed the home court advantage to win, but at the same time, I strongly feel like if we were fully healthy, we would have won and be playing in the second round right now against the Pistons. Not having Emmanuel Quickly play at all was a big loss. We missed his scoring, his shooting, and his playmaking, and without him, Jakob Poeltl wasn't able to be effective. We also needed Brandon Ingram the rest of the way. Yeah, he struggled mightily those first 3 games, but that wasn't his fault. He drew a lot of attention on defense from the Cavs, which made it tough for him. But that also took some pressure from Scotty and RJ, which helped them perform better. Game 4, Brandon Ingram had started to wake up with a 23-point performance in the win. We needed him the rest of the way, and it showed. Had he been healthy, the results would have been different. But in spite of that, now this team is battle-tested going forward. We've now seen Scotty Barnes emerge as a top 15 player in the league after his amazing playoff performance. Playoff Scotty is now going to be a thing for years to come. Last time as a rookie, we didn't see it since he was injured and a shell of himself. Now, after years of developing, we've been able to see it on full display when he's 100%. RJ Barrett took his game to another level, having the best postseason of his career so far. And again, that shot will live on in Raptors history. The young guys getting some of this experience as well. Jamal Shead stepped up to the task, starting 4 out of the 7 games and not shying away from the moment. Jacoby Walter being inserted into the starting lineup and was able to make an impact defensively, and also had a big Game 6 performance where he scored a playoff career-high 24 points in the win. Jamison Battle, who's a sniper, that Game 3 where he exploded for 14 points and 4 3-pointers in the fourth quarter to help the Raptors blow the game wide open. And most importantly, our rookie, Colin Murray-Boyles, stepping in and playing heavy minutes at center despite being undersized. And when it mattered most, he delivered in a big way. In that Game 3 where he scored 22 points off the bench, a Raptor rookie record for most points in a playoff game. Also, that Game 4 where he had 15 points and 10 rebounds, the 3rd rookie in franchise history to have a double-double in the playoffs. This goes to show how deep their roster is. It's safe to say that this year's Raptors squad has put everyone on notice that they are no joke. This sends a message to everybody in the East that they are on the come-up once again, and their future is looking bright. Scotty Barnes is only 25 years old. RJ Barrett is 26. Jamal Shead is 24. Emmanuel Quickley is 27. CMB is 21. Jacoby Walter is 22. Brandon Ingram will still be under 30 next year with 1 year left on his contract. This is honestly the most fun I've had watching Raptors basketball since the bubble 6 years ago. It was great to see Jurassic Park back in the city again. It was great to see that crowd in Scotiabank Arena going crazy. It was also great to see Glorilla sitting courtside at the games cheering us on. And trust me, as long as our man Brandon Ingram is still here, we'll continue to see her. It was just great to see winning basketball in general this year from the franchise. And also, can't forget to give credit to Darko Rajakovic. He's done a hell of a job with his team. Even though he was hired to lose games while we were rebuilding, he's done a great job developing the young guys on this team. And now, with this new playoff experience as a head coach, he'll continue to evolve and get this team even further next year. Right now, this is a step in the right direction. But for this offseason, work needs to be done and the front office got some moves to make. And no, the Raptors don't need to blow it up. They don't need to do things such as trading away Brandon Ingram after just 1 year of having him. He helped us get back to the playoffs. Let's not overreact and move the goalpost here. And no, they don't need to hit the panic button with Jakob's 4-year, $100 million extension kicking in. The focus don't need to be so much on salaries and trying to go under the luxury tax. The focus should simply be making moves to get better. They had already made moves at the deadline to free up some cap space, and they could free up even more with up to 5 guys on the team potentially being free agents this offseason. Garrett Temple will retire, which will free up a roster spot. A.J. Lawson's contract just expired, and you can bring him back for cheap. Trace Jackson-Davis, Jonathan Mogbo, and Jamal Shead have team options for next season. And out of those 3, I say they keep Jamal Shead and dump the other 2. There's also been reports of Grady Dick potentially getting traded this summer. I personally like the guy, but he no longer fits with the Raptors' long-term plans. So you gotta shop him around and see what you can get for him. Sandro Mamukelashvili, which was an underrated pickup. He will for sure opt out and demand more money in free agency. It's a big if whether or not the Raptors should bring him back, considering how much it might cost them to do so. But we'll see. Other than that, there's a couple areas the Raptors need to get better in. One is their three-point shooting. Although both teams shot bad in this series, the Raptors need shooters on their team if they want to go far. Shooting 35% from 3 in the playoffs ain't gonna cut it in today's league. I say give Battle some more minutes. He deserves a bigger role on the team. Also, get some guys out there that will help space the floor for you come playoff time. If possible, get a 3-and-D guy like Danny Green who will play on both ends of the floor. Also, they need to work on their rebounding. The Raptors are too small and need some size on their team. During the regular season, they were one of the worst rebounding teams in the league, ranking 24th in team rebounds per game. And in this series, the Cavs out-rebounded them 632 to 601. They need to fix that. Other than that, the defense is there, the ball movement is there, the talent is there, the grit is there, and now the hunger is there. The hunger to be better for years to come. This series loss will be motivation for them going forward in our pursuit of a second championship in the future. And also, let's knock on wood that they stay healthy while doing so. Now that it's WNBA season, let's give their new little sister franchise some love and cheer on the Toronto Tempo. Let's go Tempo! Anyways, that concludes this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it. Music, travel, gaming, sports, and random content all in one. And until next year, let's go Raptors, we the North. Peace out everyone. Take care and God bless.
DJ 91.